What does success look like? And what will we be measuring? What type of person and what type of experience and what type of leadership traits and what type of abilities and competencies are needed to be effective and successful in this job within this company?
Take us through what the steps should be for a really good process.
A thorough process with a few steps along the way. Obviously, the organisation, I think, kind of knows what they need in terms of, we need this job, we need someone to to come and do this job. Hopefully they've already got that kind of clarified in terms of the structure of the organisation and in particular certain leadership positions which are really important. But what they may not be clear on is what we call the success profile for the role. What does success look like? And what will we be measuring? Because it's not just about the job, right? It's also what type of person and what type of experience and what type of leadership traits and what type of abilities and competencies are needed to be effective and successful in this job within this company. And so that's where the initial part of the process is helping organisations develop that success profile so that they're clear on what they're looking for, and it also points us in the right direction of then designing the appropriate assessment battery, we call it, group of assessments. The assessments that I select, again, depending on the success profile and what we're looking for, I'll determine which assessments are the most appropriate ones. And then we'll get in contact with the candidates and we'll brief them on what to expect. Most people have done this type of thing now because it's very common, especially if you're working in larger organisations, which is fairly routine. Not just for selection, but also for development purposes, right? And career progression. So we'll determine what the psychometric component looks like, and I'll be in touch with the candidate and brief them, and then we'll set it up and they can complete the psychometrics online before the interview.
Okay.
I think it's better for me to have some of the data to, again, shape the way I'm asking certain questions or probing for information in the interview. Some of the interviews I do last for 2 hours, so it's pretty in-depth. The interviews are typically well structured around the competencies for the role, again, the success profile, the culture, and we're looking for experience, we're looking for capability, and we're looking for what motivates the individual. Why are you interested in this particular role with this company? And sometimes that's probably where people haven't thought about it, maybe enough to justify. There's plenty of roles at any one point in time. So what brings you here? What is it about this role, and how does it fit in terms of your career trajectory? Because we're dealing with senior people, so we want to make sure that they're really motivated. And so that part of the interview process is typically done in depth with myself. Usually there's a second person involved as well.